Hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Yay. Thank dog it's Friday.
Happy TDIF, everybody.
Oh my gosh. Is it Friday? Like sometimes when you're traveling, you have no idea what day of the
Yeah.
week it is. So I'm glad you reminded me it's Friday. It feels like the weekend every day when you're away from home. So, but it's so great to be here with you and with everybody else that's watching. Thanks so much for being with us today. It is our favorite day of the week by far, because we get to spend time with you and we get to do all kinds of crafts and DIYs in honor of our love for pups. Hi, everybody. I'm Patty, and I'm here with Hillary.
Hey, everybody.
And we are the co-founders of Hound Hugger DIY. Please check us out on our libraries, social media, wherever you're at, on Facebook, YouTube, you name it. Subscribe, like, comment, sprinkle the love. It just helps us out an awful lot. And we have so many fun dog-themed crafts to choose from, dog treat recipes, all that good stuff. So there's lots of dog moms and dads out there that I'm sure that would have just as much fun as we are and that you're going to have today, because we've got a really fun craft for Dog Moms Day tomorrow. Super excited about it. We're making a floral wreath in the shape of a heart. It's a Dollar Tree craft, as many of them are. Like almost all of my supplies, certainly can come from Dollar Tree. So you're going to want to grab the wire wreath frame, and then some flowers. And what we're going for is kind of like a theme of just the same flower for the whole wreath. You could do it in lots of different colored flowers, but we're kind of picking the same theme. And in my local Dollar Tree, I couldn't find enough flowers to cover the wreath that were kind of all one type. So I ended up getting mine at Walmart. And they have these larger bundles at Walmart. They're still pretty inexpensive. I think this was like $3.50 or something like that. And I used 3 of these bundles for my wreath.
So, and I'm using some hydrangeas and just a couple of the peonies. Like Patty said, we were kind of trying to go with a consistent color scheme, but you can do whatever you'd like. And for me, because the Dollar Tree picks of flowers are just a little bit smaller, I would say roughly 8 to 10, depending on the type of flower that you're using and the size of the flower. So for the hydrangeas, definitely at least 10, I would say, if you were only using that kind of flower. But if you kind of mix it in with some other bigger ones, you can do kind of a combo. So at least 8 to 10 picks probably to get it covered.
And when you're thinking about what flower to use, remember there's this little point here. So if you're getting really large flowers to put on here, it might hide that point. So you definitely want to think of small-ish flowers. They don't have to be super small because you do want them to cover the wire. But just remember you're going around this little tight curve, this corner here. And it's nice to have to kind of help keep that shape in the wreath form. So that's just the other thing to think about. And then we have a printable this month for our craft club that is just so adorable. It's Love with a little paw print on it. It's just so cute.
So we do. If you're a member of our craft club, you get to have a printables bundle that we do every month. So in this one, we had fun little dog mom. It's a rough life, which I think is adorable. And then obviously the one that we're using today, which is just that Love with the paw print in the middle there.
So cute. I love that one.
And then I have just a weekly checklist. So it's just very springy and happy. And And I'm in the midst of getting ready for kind of summer plans and summer travels. So this has been really helpful just to have a nice little checklist that you can use. So
Exactly. Those are so fun. And I think for what we're using this on, we're going to put it on a little wooden bone on our wreath. And this came from Joann's, but I think a lot of the craft stores have these kind of little wooden bones. I know Hobby Lobby has one. I think it's a little bit bigger, but just a little skinny bone that we're going to put this little saying on. And then to fit it to size, just kind of print out a couple times and see. I think I ended up printing this one at 65%.
And for me, it'll kind of depend on your printer too. For me, it was 60%. So
60. Okay, mine might have been 62. I can't remember. It was 60 or 65. But so just play around with it. and see what is the right size for you. And then the first thing you're going to do is just pop off a bunch of your flowers. Just take a bunch of your flowers and pop those off, and they can have leaves on them still, or you can glue your leaves onto the back of these just to keep them together. They're kind of cute that way. And then basically what you're going to do is just start hot gluing them all the way around. And we've done wreaths like this before. It takes a little bit of time, so we kind of jumped ahead to the next step so you could kind of see. But we do have a few more flowers to put on. Yeah, so cute. So I just have a little spot here that I need to fill in.
I have a few little areas that need a little attention.
We'll add a couple more flowers to this.
And one of the things, like especially with some of the types of flowers that you're using with the Dollar Tree picks, the plastic parts are really, really thin. So I'd say I put a little bit of hot glue on the actual wire, and then I'm trying to put the actual flower part. That's what I'm gluing down, not the plastic part necessarily on these hydrangea ones that are super thin.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm gluing the petals themselves.
Yep.
And the base of the flower, the plastic on the bottom melts so quickly. So it's easier to glue the fabric petals than trying to glue the plastic down.
And then on my bigger ones, I do use kind of that base a little bit, but I'm again gluing it to other petals that are already in there. So you're really kind of just playing around with what's going to work best for you.
Yeah.
And these would be like, obviously you can totally customize them for whatever kind of flower you like, whatever your color theme it needs to be, that sort of thing. So as you can see, I'm kind of doing a white version of this, which is really neutral, but you could, like Patty's is so bright and pink and beautiful. So
girly.
You can really, you can really make it however you want. And it's just fun. It just really screams spring.
Yeah. Or pick your mom's favorite colors, Yep. My mom and I both love blue and white, so that would be a cute combination to use as well.
And these would be cute, like baby shower type of decoration, or bridal shower, or, especially the white one definitely gives me kind of bridal shower idea, but you can use these for different purposes as well.
Yeah, these are cute.
And I'm just
And then think about leaves. If you have leaves in yours, the leaf placement, I wanted to accentuate the points here in the on my wreath form. So I have some of the points coming down on the heart just to keep that heart shape and everything, which is nice. And then just kind of scattering them around here and there, just to add a little bit of color, which is pretty.
Yeah. Cute.
Yeah, turned out super cute. All right, so now the next part is to make the little bone, the little embellishment, our little doggy embellishment, which we love. And so the first thing you're going to want to do, and you don't have to, I ended up cutting off this little loop on mine. You can just use wire cutters or something like that.
And I actually just used a little pair of scissors, and that worked. It's nice and thin, so it's pretty easy to pop that
It's
off.
almost like a balsam wood, so it's really super easy. So once you cut that off, this particular one has a little bit of a dark stain around. You can just use a pen or a Sharpie and just kind of ink that and kind of water it down and kind of just to make that color blend in a little bit more with the edge when you're done. So you can kind of see, well, you probably can't see, but I just colored that. And then the next thing you're going to do is paint your little bone. And I kind of cheated. I ended up using a little green Sharpie pen just a paint pen and just traced around the whole thing, or covered up the whole thing, got it nice and green. I thought the green looked really pretty, kind of brought out the leaves in my, in my wreath here. So you can kind of see it's it's picking up some of that same color. So just kind of think about how to coordinate the colors there on your wreath. And then the next thing to do is to cut out your little love sign here. And then you're going to kind of figure out where you want to place it. It's kind of got some little swirls and things like that. So just make sure that when you're printing it and you're cutting it out, that it fits just the way where you want it. And then I couldn't find any carbon paper. So I ended up getting, Dollar Tree has some chalk. So I just grabbed some chalk from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to use that to color the back, or chalk the back of my little words here. And I'm just making sure to hit all the letters.
Yeah, and this is sort of in lieu of carbon paper. So for me, yeah. I was able to find some carbon paper. Here's a little piece of the carbon paper that I found. And I actually got this at an office supply store. So if you're having trouble finding it, you can definitely order it online or like Amazon. But if you're having trouble finding it, you might try an office supply store because they might have it. That's where I ended up having some luck.
That's great. Yeah, my local one didn't have it, and I'm traveling, so I didn't have enough time to order it. So chalk will work just as fine, just as well.
Yep.
And we're doing a close up today because I'm using white chalk and it's a little bit hard to see. We wanted you guys to be able to see how this is done. So you get this in place where you want it, and then you just grab a ballpoint pen, and then you're going to trace around the little love saying with your pen, and then that's going to transfer the chalk onto the little wood bone that you've got. And I'm kind of just being messy with it, but just want to know where to put my color.
And this is a great way to, like a lot of times you'll see stencils or things like that where you want to customize your own fonts, those sorts of things. This is a great way to be able to do that. You can just print it out on regular printer paper, use some chalk on the back, and then you can customize, whatever size of the wording you wanted, and you're able to repurpose it. So either the chalk trick or carbon paper, either one was going to work great for that.
Yeah. And some of the lettering is thicker and thinner. So I'm just kind of going on the outside of the letters. And then when it's skinny, I can just draw a single line to go to the end there. All right. And I don't know if you guys can see, but can you see how it's transposed the word on there? There you go. Is that an easier way to see it? So the chalk actually works really well. And so then once you have that traced on there, then what we ended up doing is using either a gold or silver paint pen or marker. And then we're just gonna, my computer keeps falling asleep. Let me turn that back on.
And you could use a regular Sharpie if you wanted. You could use paint. The paint pen works great for this. But again, you've got options here.
Yeah. And the chalk outlines really help you know, or the carbon paper really helps you know right where to put the paint.
And it just takes, like, you can obviously freehand this as well, if you're comfortable with that. But I love having a little bit of a guide. Just gives you a little bit of the guide rails on there.
Yeah. I'd be curious if anybody's used this technique before. This is something I haven't done in a long, long time.
Yeah, we actually use this. There's a project in our library where we do a chalkboard that we created that we use that technique for as well. But that's the only other time I'd ever tried it.
right, almost done here. So there we go. Looks really cute.
I'm a little slower than you.
That's okay. It turns out so nice. And then the chalk, you can just, once this dries, you can use a little bit of water, or I would just even just brush, use your hand or a rag, and you can just brush some of that extra chalk away. I don't think you have that issue with, I don't think you have that issue with the carbon paper, but you can just brush that.
And with the carbon paper, you're gonna, if you're using kind of a lighter color, I'm using the gold paint pen, you're gonna want to go over the edges of where your lines are from the carbon paper. So, or if you're using a dark Sharpie, that wouldn't be an issue. You could just, it would just blend right in.
Okay, I have one of my little, while you're finishing up, one of my little flowers popped off. I'm going to glue it back down. One of the things you might want to do as you're putting this wreath together is turn it over and glue from the other side as well, which I didn't do. So one of my flowers is popping off. There we go. And then it's just a matter of figuring out where you want it to go. If you kept the little hole on there, you could hang it from the center. Be cute that way, or tie it to the side with a little ribbon would be really cute. I think I'm going to just tuck mine, kind of tuck it in like that. Maybe.
I'm actually taking the edges because I used kind of a dry brush technique on my bone. So I had a lavender and then a white over the top of it, and I've got bits of white around the edge. So I'm just taking my gold paint pen and I'm going around the edge of the bone to just kind of finish that out a little bit before I add it.
That's a great idea.
To the wreath.
That's a really good idea. That'll really make it girly and fancy.
But yeah, these, if you all end up making a wreath like this, please share some pictures with us. We always love to see what you create. So.
Exactly. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and secure mine down. And I'm just taking some glue. I'm just going to put some glue right on my flowers where I want it to go. And then I want to just tuck it in and under, right like that. I like it kind of buried in the flowers a little, just a little bit.
Well, and I love how the green that you've got there really like contrasts with that bright pink. It looks really pretty.
And so I have a little petal here that's not, it's kind of in the way. So I'm just going to cut that off. No one will know. There we go. So now I can see my word a little better. I'm just going to hold that down. I want it to look like it's growing coming out of the flower garden. So pretty. And then you can use jute twine if you want to make a hanger and just tie a little hanger at the top, or it's so easy just to hang this particular wreath form on its own. You know, if you have a little hook, it'll hang right on that hook. But this just turned out so pretty. It's so easy to do. And it's just, I don't know, it's so feminine and so flirty. It's just perfect for Mother's Day or Dog Mom's Day. I just love how it turned out. If I can get a hold of it. It turned out so cute.
So I'm still working on outlining mine, but here is
that's beautiful.
The combo that's going to be.
So. I love that. That's going to be so pretty.
Yeah, just really nice and neutral and kind of, so we love doing same project, but sort of a different take on them. So you can kind of get some different ideas. And so in this one, you have a beautiful pink bright flowers, or this kind of neutral whites and creams. And but honestly, sky's the limit. And like I said, we would love to see what you all create, because that
Yeah,
just makes our day. And if
exactly.
you're looking for any other inspiration or fun ideas, we have a ton of stuff in our library, so please go check those out.
We do.
Yeah, and like, comment, share, subscribe, all of those things help us out a ton. So
Exactly. Exactly. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the holiday weekend with your moms and your dog moms out there, and give extra snuggles to your favorite pups as well.
thanks,
Thanks,
everybody.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.